Hello everyone, I'm Sir Kneif, and welcome to a little vlog showing off my little microphone here I got. It's a newer NW800. I'm a little out of breath. This is my second or third time doing this thing. I've had some issues with OBS. I had the wrong scenes and all that stuff. Basically, I got a bunch of filters set up on this microphone to make it sound better than what it does normally. And I went to my my vlog scene, but I didn't have the filter set up on my vlog scene. I only had it set up on my recording scene. OBS, whatever, a bunch of bullshit. You guys don't care, but yeah. So this is the newer NW800. It's a budget XLR condenser microphone. It probably sounds worse than my Blue Yeti, but I wasn't in a position to spend another $130 on Blue Yeti, and I'd already been planning on switching over to an XLR setup. Anyways, you can see right here, I got a little XLR interface. I'm trying not to like pull out the cables and shit. But yeah, now that I've got an audio interface, the only thing left to do is upgrade the microphone eventually. I plan on going with an AT2020 or an Audio Technica 2020 condenser microphone. Overall, I've heard great things about it, and it'd be a nice upgrade compared to this little $19 microphone. This thing is great for the price because you can pay $19 for this and then like $68 for this thing, combine them together. Not too bad, but from the clipping I've heard of like the clips I've like recorded myself testing this all out, and from my friends told me this is definitely worse than the Blue Yeti, but that's no surprise. You know, it's half the price of a Blue Yeti and has no settings or anything like that with nothing on it. But whatever, just want to make a little vlog saying that. But this vlog is special because I'm doing a Q&A. That's right. I'm doing a Q&A from a fan, a bunch of questions from a fan named Car4RK. He's a good friend of mine now, and he's a freaking super fan. Might as well call him that. Because all the dedicated shit he does for me, fan art. He runs a website for me now. We're putting all my shit on it and things like that. And a buddy of mine, Chan, he's sent me a couple questions too. So we're gonna have some basic questions that, like, you know, Chan won't ask me. Then we got some deep questions and some questions that I still haven't thought about too much. So I might not be able to answer all of them. But we'll start off with some basic ones. What is my name? Well, I go by Brandon, but my full name is Jeffrey Brandon Cloud II. I'm named after my father, but I don't like being called Jeffrey. I've always been called Brandon since growing up and stuff. That or Bubba. That's what a lot of people used to call me. More of my Xbox friends. And now that like I've like changed names so many times over online and stuff, most of my friends have either started calling me by my real name. But I got a couple friends who still call me Bubba, so it's kind of like a flash down memory lane with that. But yeah, that's my full name. Not quite sure what it means. I know there's like different meanings for it. I don't know which ones my parents like want it to go with. I think there's 3 different meanings for Brandon, because you got like the Irish, the and then like 2 other meanings or something. You got the like English version and all that kind of stuff. But you know, that kind of thing. My age, I am 19. As of July 1st this year, I turned 19 years old. I am almost 20% through the average human lifespan, and I have done absolutely nothing with my life. Yeah, so next question. Sex, I am male. Last time I checked, I am 199% male. Height, I'm 6'4"-ish. I say ish because I've gone to, when I was in high school, I got measured at 6'3.2". Went to the doctor and I was like 6'8". Went to the DMV, I was 6'3" even. Went measured myself here and I was 3.5. All with my shoes on, and then all with my shoes off. They've all been kind of like different. Like at school, I did no shoes, and here at my house, I did no shoes. But like the doctors and the DMV, my shoes are of course on. I think the DMV shit was set high because they just put some tape up off the ground. It was on like a wall thing, so I think that shit was off anyways. So I'm more like probably 6'3" and like a half. Well, that would probably be the average. I just say 6'4"-ish or whatever, because like when I measured myself, I was more towards 6'4", whatever, something like that. I don't know. It's everyone's got so many different opinions. We'll just say 6'4"-ish for now. When do I sleep? I hardly ever sleep. I mean, I like it's 12 in the morning right now, and I will probably be up for another 2 hours, and I probably won't get up to 10 the next morning. But like, I don't sleep those full 8 hours in total. From that, that's my normal schedule. Is like bed at 2, and then I'm up at like 10:30. But I probably won't even sleep the entire time. I'll probably get maybe 3 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours of sleep throughout the whole endeavor. And yeah, so that's usually the time I go to sleep, but I'm probably up majority, more than half of it. Do I have any form of security? Man, I wish I had some kind of form of security. That question is probably going to sound really weird because you guys can't see the full list, and Carr went from asking actual questions to joking and looked like he was trying to sign a hit off for me. When do I sleep? What kind of, what's my address, social security number? Do I have any kind of security? That kind of shit. But former security, no. But I've been told I'd make a good bodyguard. That has nothing to do with the question except for the security bit. But yeah, I should get some security. That sounds pretty cool. PC specs. Okay, so my computer, I'm for the CPU using an i7 6700K. It's overclocked at 4.5 gigahertz on all cores. I'm using a Hyper 212 Evo air cooler. I've got a Gigabyte Mobo. I don't remember the brand. The brand is Gigabyte. I don't remember the board number. It's like H3 something, or I don't remember. Anyways, it's a nice motherboard. Never had any issues. I've had no problem with overclocking. I'm using a 32 gigabyte kit from Team Force, I think, or Team Skill. Team Force, Team Skill. It's a full silver / gray RAM kit at 3000 megahertz. Would have been happier with 3200, but honestly can't really tell the difference between 3000 and 3200, and it was cheap. It was a cheap 32 gigabyte set, and I need the extra RAM. Graphics, starting to lose my voice. Graphics, I'm running an Asus GTX 1066 gigabyte at stock settings. Actually, it's slightly overclocked, I think, because I think Asus did a slight overclock, so it's not normal 1060 settings, but it's not significant to really notice that big of a difference, like maybe 2 FPS. As far as storage goes, I'm using two 1 terabyte Western Digital blue drives. I'm using a 3 terabyte Toshiba hard drive. And I'm using a Samsung 850 EVO 500 gigabyte SSD, and then I'm using a Samsung 970 1 terabyte M.2 SSD for my boot drive. I got a lot of storage on there, and I still need more. I have so much shit on my computer. I'm using 3 basic iBuyPower case fans that came with this case. It's like it's an NZXT S10 case, so it might be NZXT fans. Not sure. iBuyPower pre-built this for my parents, and they gave it to me. I've got a spare fan on top that is it came out some kind of pre-built thing as well. I think that's it. Yeah, he just wanted PC specs. He didn't want full setup specs or whatever, but yeah, that's about it. Oh, I have a Thermaltake 650 watt bronze plus certified power supply, non-modular sadly. And I'm looking at my computer. I think that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so next question. What was my first game? Okay, so as far as I can remember, going back in my childhood, over 15 years ago, was Pokemon Red on the Game Boy Advance. I believe that's correct. When did the Game Boy Advance come out? Hold on. Game Boy Advance. Release date 2001. Yeah, that makes sense. I had the I remember getting this special one. I got the SpongeBob version of that, and I ended up getting Pokemon Red. I played a shit ton of other games, but Pokemon Red was like my first game that I personally can remember on that. So there's that. I guess that kind of answers his next question, which was what was my first gaming console / device, which was the Game Boy Advance. It's a hell of a device. It brought a lot of fun, a lot of memories, but I sold it. I don't remember why, but I wish I hadn't of, because at the time you could pick a Game Boy Up Advance for like 30-40 bucks, I think, or something like that. Now the shit, you could probably sell it for a lot more, especially because it was a SpongeBob edition. At the time when I got it, a few years later, they stopped making them or something like that. And, Game Boy Advance, no one makes those no more. They're kind of like collectors now since they're 18 years old. But yeah. There's that. What is my favorite game? My favorite game was originally the Mass Effect trilogy. All of them combined into one. I love those games. But a couple years later, I found a game called Undertale. And I fell in love with that game. Funny thing is, I wasn't originally going to play Undertale at the time I played it. See, I was still learning about computers. And when I bought this graphics card, I hadn't taken into the consideration of the power supply. And some of you probably don't know where this is going. So I get it, hook it up. I had a 350 watt power supply back then, stock silver, ugly ass power supply. You know the kind, some shady ass company from China. and I didn't have a cable to hook it up. So then I went and I bought. Do I still have that cable actually? I'm like a PC hoarder. I keep everything. I do have the cable, but it's in a box. I bought a 6-pin, a Molex connector to 6-pin power connector. For those who don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I'm sorry if I'm wasting your time. So I could hook the graphics card up to the power supply. Turn the computer on, and it ran fine. No issues whatsoever. I could watch videos, I could talk, do whatever I needed. The issue came when I came to launch a game. Because once the graphics card hit past a certain percentage, it went to draw more wattage from the power supply. Needless to say, turned off my computer instantly, had to restart it, did some research, talked to a buddy, found out what it was, had my dad order me a new power supply, wasn't going to be here for 7 days. Okay. In those 7 days, I was just watching TV, and I had remembered that I saw Markiplier post an Undertale video. It was one of those videos where I was like, ooh, that's interesting. I'm not going to watch it anymore because I want to play the game myself. So, I went to a shady place, acquired, because I was poor as shit back then. I mean, I'm still poor as shit now, but like I wasn't getting paid monthly to do different stuff. So I went to a shady website, acquired a free version of Undertale, and I played the game. I played it, and I played it, and I played it, and I played it. Next thing you know, 5 days had passed. And I replayed it some, did different stuff. I did research, learned how to do different shit. Then I started watching YouTube videos on it. I watched Markiplier series on it. I watched other people's series on it. Did all this shit. And it was really good. But then it died off. I never thought about Undertale again. Until 1 year later, last year, when all of a sudden I decided to replay Undertale again. And I fell in love with it all over again. Sorry this is going on for long about this, but I really want to explain it. So I bought the game last year, a second time, when I went to play. I deleted the illegal version or whatever. I bought it, played it out. Then this is the first time a game has made me do this. It made me get into the community and listen to what other people had to say about it, read fan fiction, read comics, watch, parody videos, all that kind of stuff. That was going to happen with Mass Effect Trilogy. But the moment I opened the door into the community, I saw so much hate for the team that had worked on the Mass Effect Trilogy due to the Mass Effect 3 ending, which made me immediately close the door on the community because I personally liked the ending of Part 3. I'm a person who likes dramatic scenes and I like tear-jerking, like someone dying kind of thing. And so I thought that was like a really good touch for Mass Effect 3, and I just personally enjoyed the games and I loved them. That kind of made me close off from that, and it just kind of became me in my own world with Mass Effect, so it was just the game. I had nothing else to go with. But with Undertale, when I got into the community, I saw a lot of love for the community, and I saw all these different comics and universes and things like that, and I fell in love with it because every day there's just something new that I can have for Undertale. I still appreciate the original, and the original will always be my favorite, but had I not opened the door to go to the community and view all these loving people and creative people, I probably would have eventually backburnered Undertale. It would still be my favorite, but I wouldn't be as enthusiastic as I am about it. I would never have gotten this tattoo about it had I not been so, into it because of the community. That's honestly the biggest thing that played a role in that was the community. I started watching thousands of hours of comics and shit. Thank you, Vade, by the way. I think that's how you pronounce your name. He's a YouTuber. He does a lot of Undertale comics. I have watched all of them. I'm now on Sand Central TV or something like that and shit, listening to all their comics. So yeah, that's favorite game. Get a little story on that. Let's see. He sent them in 2 different batches. So I've got to name, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's it. I wasn't prepared for this at all, by the way. I'm unorganized. Okay, so favorite game. He asked that twice. Favorite genre games. Now this is hard because this is something I've never thought about, because I personally feel like saying a specific genre is too wide for me, at least, because I would say that I like RPG games because I like playing, I've played Skyrim, I've played Dragon Quest, I've played Fallout, that kind of stuff. But I feel like it's such a wide genre that so many different games are considered RPG that it would classify too many of them as my favorite genre. And honestly, if any of that, you could say the one that I've played the most of is my favorite genre, in which case it would be horror. the thing is, I don't even like horror. I just like recording them. That's the weird thing. It's like I don't enjoy playing horror games, but for some reason I enjoy fucking recording them for some reason. It makes no sense. I don't know why. So we'll say horror is my favorite genre then. Dick size. Don't know why you want to know this, but Alright, so first game that I remember I answered that was Pokemon Red. Game with the most hours. Is there a way to sort that shit on Steam? I'm gonna say it is. I got a lot of games, a lot of hours. It is CS:GO with 673 hours. The next contender is PUBG with 438 hours. Then Rainbow Six Siege with 370 hours. 7 Days to Die has 304 hours. Then GTA 5 has 280 hours. Skyrim has 250 hours. Fallout New Vegas has 172. Fallout 4 has 120 hours. Then Ark Survival Evolved has 180. I went out of order. I didn't realize Ark had so many hours in it. But yeah, so the final answer to that is CSGO. I've put a lot of time into CSGO. There was a time where me and Andy were inseparable on that game. And the goal was to try and hit max rank. I don't remember what the hell it was. But we had made Nova Master. And we were on the verge of going to the next rank. I mean, we were on a freaking kick-ass spree. That's when I started doing a lot of compilations, and when me and him really started playing a lot of it. I had so many different compilations. I mean, they were shitty compilations, but I had fun making them. But we were doing so good. And we also got to that point to where we had fun and we didn't get angry. Because when we first started out and we got deranked and then ranked, because, you know, CSGO ranking system is broken as shit. We would get angry when we lost a thing. But then we got to the point where, like, we hit a position where we were comfortable with our rank, even though we were aiming to go higher. And we would win, lose, but we never got ranked. So we started having fun again playing the game. And then Andy kind of fell out of it 300 hours later. And then I realized all my friends left me, and I was the only one who was still playing CSGO. And then we went to Siege for a lot. I made Platinum on Siege. That was our next game that we were doing that. Then Andy left on that one too, and then I realized all my friends left me on Siege as well. So, moral of the story is don't make friends when it comes to trying to climb the ranks. Play by yourself, become professional, go do esports. Don't rely on friends to go there with you, though. All right, get the list back up. How many games do I own? Okay, so this is only going to apply to Steam. If we do it toward into Steam, I own 202 games. But I also used to own an Xbox with over 100 games. And then I also have Origin, Epic Store. Hate that I said that, but I have one game on there. Words. Or did I say Origin? Uplay, Twitch, that kind of stuff. Ooh, excuse me. Some different games on there. Minecraft. I own Minecraft as well. You know, that kind of thing. So there's a few different places where, like, my games are kind of scattered. But we'll say we won't count my Xbox, so we'll say like 250 games. Count my Xbox, it'd be more like near 400, but whatever. Okay, I think that is it from Car. So now we move on to Chan's questions. Now, Chan knows a lot about me already, so you're not going to get, like, age, name, that kind of shit. He has some pretty deep questions. Deep and some really good ones. We'll start with this one. What are my plans and why, career-wise, until YouTube takes off? I like that wording, until YouTube takes off. I'm glad that someone is confident in the channel, because I'm sure as hell not. I'm just here. I've accepted the fate that the channel is going nowhere because I'm not funny. That's perfectly fine with me. I'm just still going to make videos until YouTube gets shut down or my channel gets shut down. In which case, I'll probably make another channel and keep uploading because videos have become such a big part of my life. But I don't see it taking off, but I'm glad someone is confident. Now, as far as career-wise, I'm currently looking into applying to college, which really blows. but doing college would give me more time to make videos than a real job would. As far as what I'm going to be doing out of college, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I'm just going to try to take some classes, like poke around, see a few different things. I mean, I'm good at IT shit, but like, I don't know. I kind of had the IT stuff kind of crush me, and just I don't know, man. Like, jobs are just But yeah, so I'm just going to get on there, start studying again, do like my English, my math, base shit. Then I'm going to start doing like my major credits later, hopefully, or something like that. I don't know how college works, so I still try to like verify my residency of where I live and like apply for grants, scholarships, that kind of stuff. So I'm not even in yet. So that's the game plan for now. So technically not a career, but life plan until YouTube takes off. Yeah, I like the wording on that. If I could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Well, I'm quite happy in America right now, even though there's a lot of shit going on. But it could be like, Hong Kong. I know they got a lot of protesting going on there that got kind of bad. I don't know what it's about, but no matter what it's really about, that large of protesting is bad on both sides. So it could be something like that, or I could live in North Korea. Kind of bad there. So I'm pretty happy with the country. Somewhere colder, for the love of God, please. I'm born and raised in the South for almost freaking 20 years. Thinking about that, 25% of my life been in the South. I hate it. I can't stand the heat. Excluding, like, I think if I didn't have a skin condition on my scalp, I have psoriasis, which is a really bad skin condition for me. So like heat and humidity bothers me. If it wasn't for that, I don't like the heat in general. Like, my psoriasis doesn't act up, and I'm outside with walking my dogs. I'm like, it's so hot, I don't like it. But it's tolerable until my psoriasis acts up. That kind of thing. So if I wasn't born with psoriasis, I think it'd be better. But yeah, somewhere colder. But I also kind of like, I don't know. I haven't looked in other states, but like I know the places here, so it's kind of hard to think about. Maybe like Montana. I know Montana's got low population. It's too cramped here where I live. It's like too many people. But Montana's got kind of a low population. It gets cold and things like that. But, I don't know how internet is up there because I keep an eye on internet for videos. So that could use some thought. But yeah, just somewhere a little colder. It doesn't have to be freezing or snowing and things like that. It would be nice and stuff, but just somewhere cooler, colder, whatever. How big of a house do I want to live in? Now, that's a big question because I'm not a person who's after any kind of relationship, honestly. I don't have any plans of becoming someone's husband, getting into any kind of relationship. Now, no one knows what the future is going to hold. But for the past 5 years since it's been brought up, a relationship, I have been against relationships because of multiple reasons. Ones I shall not discuss. A lot of them are private. But just, I'm not doing a relationship, period, for anything when it comes to finding a special someone. So this is going to be more of a house for me, but I still think, like, even for me living by myself, I would want a nice 2-story house. So, like, I would know I would have extra rooms for multiple reasons. I would want to turn one room into a, well, I guess if I built my own house, then it wouldn't really matter. I could do a 1-story house and have it all that way. Anyways, we'll say a 2-story house, pretend I'm buying a house, not building a house. I could turn one room into a fully treated office for recording games, videos, vlogs, whatever. I could have another room for any dumbass skits I ever want to do. Like, I don't do skits, but if I had some friends over and we want to do a skit, then I would have the room for it. Then, another room if I had a buddy come over, something who spend the night and we did stupid shit, that kind of thing. And yeah, that's about it. And it's just, I don't know. I also like decorating a lot with like posters and art and different things like that. So the more room and walls I have, the better, because I can decorate a lot. Even if like half the decorate, like I have a clock in front of me that doesn't have numbers on it. It's just for the decoration and art. So I would have like clocks and posters and stuff up all over the house, even though half the shit may not even be used for what it is. I like decorating houses and stuff I like. Okay, so that's that batch. The next batch from Chan is, what is my favorite anime? Now that's a hard question for someone who's watched a lot of anime in his time. I haven't watched anime a lot recently. I've been watching Fairy Tail with my mom. We both really like that show. But the thing is, there's so many good fairies, so many good animes. I would probably say Fairy Tail is my favorite. just to answer the question, but in reality, like, you've got Naruto, you've got Fairy Tail, you've got Angel Beach, you've got The Devil is a Part-Timer, you've got High School of the Dead, High School DxD, Heaven is Lost Property. Some of these are English names and things like that, so forgive me. You've got Monster Musume. I probably butchered the hell out of that name. God, you got just so many different ones that you could just, it's endless, you know, especially when you're on like Kiss Anime or any website. They just go on and on and on. Always anime. There's so many. It's too many to like keep up with. So if I had to pick the one that I've been so dedicated and I've watched the, oh God, I was gonna say I watched the most and done the most, but I've watched more Naruto than I have Fairy Tail. Yeah, Fairy Tail's probably my most dedicated long-running series. I like Naruto more for Naruto Shippuden, especially during the war, because I like seeing how powerful the fight scenes are. But if I had to pick my favorite emotional anime, I'd definitely say Angel Beats, because it's one of the few animes that have made me cry a lot. So there is that. It takes a lot to make me cry. I probably only cried 2 to 3 times a year, if that much. That's pushing it. We'll probably say 1 to 2 times a year. And that's it. I'm not an emotional guy, especially with the emotion of like crying and sadness and stuff. But Angel Beats made me cry a lot. So that's my number 1 emotional one. What is my deepest fear? That is a hard question because I don't fear a lot in the world. I don't fear heights. I don't fear spiders. See, I don't fear spiders, but I don't like spiders. I would freak out if one got on me, but I wouldn't scream if one was on the ground, that kind of stuff. Because, you know, someone who's scared of spiders, they'll run from a spider, they'll scream when one's on the ground. For me, I was like, oh, a spider. But I think it's a normal human reaction to go like that or something like that. You know, if a spider fell on you, I don't like having them on me. But I think that's just a normal human reaction. Just things like that just don't bother me really. I would say the ocean scares me. Not for it being water. I don't mind water. It's for the fact of the unknown, I guess you could say. That used to be my fear. But honestly, recently, and this past year and stuff, I would have to say my deepest fear is my own mind. I've been going through like a depression state, for those who don't know, and I've like made a game trying to get my story out. Link will be in the description, by the way. Yeah. Plug in advertising there. Really low level of me, but whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I've seen some messed up shit in my mind, and it has really affected my life. So that's more fearful than body of water to me. So yeah, that's my deepest fear. And if I had a theme song, what would it be? Now, sadly, this is a question I cannot answer because I don't know. He's like, what would be the song? Because I was talking to Chan about this one. He's like, what would be the song when you walk into the door? I don't know. I'm a tall, lame, boring person who would walk into the room and probably wouldn't even be seen. I'm that guy. Like, half the time when I was in school, no one knew I was there. And the other time they knew I was there, they were scared of me. Like, I was either the guy you never noticed or the guy you were scared of. I wasn't the guy who would have a theme song that would play off or something like that. I don't know. I really thought about this. I probably spent an hour yesterday just thinking about what might be my theme song because I really want to answer this question. I honestly have no idea. I guess maybe it's because of the example he gave is like, what would play when you walk through a door? Nothing. I'm quiet as hell when I walk through a door. I don't know. Sadly, that's the only one I can't answer, but that is all of the God. That is all the questions I have for today, and that's all I really had to say for the vlog, I think. Oh yeah, I got some decorational stuff on here. There's like 3, there's 8 here, there's 2 here, and then there's like 8 here. You can't see all of them, but yeah. This is, I've mentioned before, I'm planning on building a new computer, and I'm already working towards that. Still working towards that. This was my first desktop. I've upgraded this thing from the ground up. I've gone from an Intel Pentium dual core from like 2012, 2011, and a GT 610 graphics card. Now, I've upgraded to what it is today. I also went from 8 gigs of DDR3 RAM to, you know, whatever. I've upgraded everything. But the thing I like the most is the case. It has so many memories for me. All the other parts are gone. The only thing that's original in this case is the case. and the fans. And sadly, one of the fans is starting to go out. This really sucks, but my plan is to turn this into a server/recording computer. I'm going to be using this case. I'm going to get a motherboard. I'm going to be picking up a Ryzen CPU, 64 gig kit of RAM, some SSDs. And I'm going to turn this into a server computer for me, my friends, and my family to play on when we want certain games and to do all of my recording. So yeah, that's that. But I don't know. I can't say goodbye to this case. She's beaten up. She's stabbed, torn, paint missing, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. It's just I'm a very sentimental person when it comes to kind of like tech stuff, and this is my first thing. So, you know, like my first microphone I had, like real microphone, was a Blue Snowball Ice Edition. Very shitty microphone. Great starter microphone though. But the thing is that I didn't want to say goodbye to it, but I had a buddy who needed a microphone. He didn't need a microphone, but it was a nice step for him into the world from his headset microphone, so I gave it on to him, kind of like continue on the legacy. I would have loved to have kept that microphone and eventually put it on display later down the road or whatever. Same with like my first set of headphones. Would have kept them, but they broke in half, so it's kind of like, what's the point of keeping them kind of thing. But yeah, so sentimental, so I'm going to be keeping it. I've been running this vlog on long enough for 31 minutes, so I'm going to get out of here. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments below. See you guys in the next episode.